Merry Christmas, it's Down Home with Tina, and I'm really excited this week, folks, because I have a title for my show, and it is called The Gift. And the reason why it is called The Gift is because the week of Christmas is when we are gearing up and getting ready to celebrate the birth of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And for those of you who do not believe, still stick around, because there's more to the big gift that I'm talking about, and there are many gifts in this world, and I'm just going to go with it right now. I have a fella on with me today, and I had reached out to his son because I've known this fella for several years, but I only have encounters with him out in public, and I needed to reach out to him, and I thought, thank goodness for social media. Some people don't like social media. I like it because I use it for positive things, and also if I need to find somebody, and I needed to find this man. So I reached out to Joe Hoover. He knows this. Joe Hoover is who my guest is today, but I want to go ahead and share, because I did ask his son if he would share something about his father, and this is what the whole show is about today. And we're going to have some fun playing games and stuff as well, but those folks are gifts anyways. But anyways, this is the letter that I had received from Joe via social media. I've known my father, Joe Hoover, my entire life. He was actually present for my birth. We go way back. I learned early on that people seemed to like him. It didn't matter where we went, he always ran into someone he knew. His philosophy seems to be that there are no strangers, just friends he hasn't met yet. My entire life he has been involved in the community through volunteer work and local politics. Turns out I'm a lucky man to have had this man present at my birth and through the remainder of my life. He is a good guy in a world where good guys get harder and harder to find. I am blessed to have a father who has always found ways to give back to me and everyone he comes in contact with. With that, Mr. Joe Hoover, who you...
he told me he wasn't going to text you anything because he didn't want me whipping out on the show.
So first thing right away, and I did it. I'm
just
so sorry.
I never said a thing about talking to
Well,
him.
he said this was kind of like, you know what? Here it is. It was really fast, and I thought he did a phenomenal job. And with that being said, Joe, you had stopped in, and correct me if I'm wrong, I hope you will, to a radio station I used to work, and you brought along with you, I think it was that very first visit, your ornaments that we're going to talk about today that you give to, I don't even know how many people. That's what we're going to find out about. I just want to talk about these ornaments. I've already talked about them on a previous show, and they're awesome. They are just awesome. How are you, first of all? Merry Christmas.
I'm fine. I went out right now, but I'm fine. I'm fine.
Aww. So you make wooden, all from just a little piece of scrap wood, right? Ornaments.
Well, yeah, scrap wood and wood I buy at Lowe's. It's getting more expensive every day, but it's a good maple wood. But
okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about these ornaments. Why do you make these ornaments? I like to have them hold.
My
just kind of hold one.
lovely late wife was doing cancer treatments in Cleveland Clinic. We're talking 1989.
Wow.
So I'd stay with her all day in the room, and then I'd go to my hotel at night. And of course, I'm always drawing or doing something with my hands, and I was going nuts. So I told her, I said, I'm going to drive down to Bremen and do something. So I went down and I just started making the pins.
Okay.
So that was the first thing I made, probably 30 of them. I cut them out, sanded them. Then I loaded the car up with all my paints and stuff, and I went to my hotel, which is just south of Cleveland. So I'm in there painting them. When I get done painting them, I spray a clear lacquer on them. It's about midnight, 11 o'clock. All of a sudden, I hear all this banging on the doors. I went to the door, and here's these plain suit guys. They thought I had a meth lab. Oh. They were busting the meth lab. And I said, I'm making Christmas ornaments here. You know? So they said, you can't spray that stuff in a hotel. So I'd go out under the step in the dead of winter and spray them out there, but I painted them in the room. So I started doing it. I took them to the nurses at Cleveland Clinic, and little kids if I could find them. And one day I'm walking down the hall, and I have my little tin pan full of ornaments. And I walk up to this African-American nurse, and I said, would you like an ornament? She goes digging around in my tin. She was about 6'2". She said, and where are the ethnic Santas? And I said, there is no ethnic Santa. And she put her hand on her hip, looked down at me, and I said, next week. So I started making ethnic Santas.
Awesome.
And I passed out. A lot of people, antique business people, liked them. So they were always taking the black ones, you know.
Oh, what year did you, now was this in 89?
This was 89. I've been doing this 32 years.
Oh my gosh.
Over
Joe.
right around 7,000 I've made so far. Gave them away.
Oh my goodness. Do you find different folks each year? Do you like seek out for me, and I'll tell folks what happened last week.
Well, I had Community Action. I was on the board there 40 years, and there's like 30 there, so they always got them.
Okay.
Bremen Bank people's got them. In fact, one lady retired from Bremen Bank has it all from 89 up. She has them all. And
I love it.
it's slowing down this year. I only made a couple hundred because I'm not an agency, and a lot of people's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's different.
Well, I know that I had missed a couple of years because I'd left the radio and you didn't know where I was, and I just didn't see you at the right time. And I had talked about you here on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I was about the ornaments, and I thought to myself, oh, I hope I find Joe. How am I going to find Joe? And then we have, and I don't know if what relation maybe that you have that attends one of the local county schools.
No, I just like basketball. I get all.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So you don't even, okay.
I don't have anybody
awesome.
playing.
Oh, I didn't even know that. And I've seen you before, I think, at football games from time and again. And then this time I'm at an away game. It's about 30 minutes from here, and I'm at the top. I like to sit up at the top, so I have the wall for me to just sit back on and relax. And I'm right as you enter the gymnasium. I see you, and I literally was like, and one of the cheerleaders looked up like, who just walked in the door? I should have said it's Santa or something like that. And you, I don't know, you must have just been looking when you came in because you saw me and you stood there. And I was so excited, and I thought, and this is bad, where's my ornament?
Luckily,
like
I
you're
had
out
one in my
looking for
pocket.
me or something like that.
Yeah,
No.
lucky I had one.
know. You always have. You have made different ornaments, not just those for the holiday Christmas season, but I know you made an ornament one time. It was of the Grinch, and I've got it. It's at home. I've moved so many times. I know it's at home in one of my important bins. Oh, you have one of them there.
Yeah,
you have one of your Grinch here. And then you have different ones that you've done.
Oh, yeah.
You did a turkey one time for Thanksgiving. Now, you said you only did the turkey.
I only made 3 of those. It's too hard.
3 turkeys. I don't know if we
3
can try to
hours
get that.
on
Maybe
each
we'll get
one,
a little
so.
later. So you have got a showcase of them down here that you were.
Yeah.
We'll show it here in just a second. A
That's
close-up
only
of it.
about 10 years worth. Well, more than that,
Oh.
maybe 15 years worth. But
15 years worth.
maybe I don't know.
I love my ornaments,
90.
Joe. And the show today is about, giving, and I love to give gifts to my inspirational folks, my first responders, teachers, students, veterans, and I have a little gift for you. Just because, why do you give gifts like this? Because this is a gift.
I like to do
thing.
it to kids. I usually just give. I go to Kroger's.
I'm the big kid.
I was in Kroger's one day, and this little kid was just crying her eyes out in the cart, and I walked up and I said, "Here, I haven't seen it yet. Never seen the people in my life," and I got a letter from New Lexington High. She found out who I was and sent me the awful nicest letter, about her having a meltdown, and said I saved her day.
Saved her day. Well, and that's what you do, and I think you do it for a whole lot of people. And I just want to thank you. I've got little treats in here for you, just for what
wonderful.
you do. A little thing from Ava Jewelers. Buy yourself a little something. They've got so many unique things, or somebody a
sweetheart.
gift. And I got one of my mugs, so you can take me home with you on a mug.
All right, good deal.
And
Glad
so
you did.
I hope that you enjoy those, and just
I
thank
love
you,
it.
Joe,
Yeah.
for just being that gift to
I'll
those.
do it as
And
long as I can.
well, you brighten folks their day. When you do that. And that night, I just must have need to see you, and I got my ornament, and I'm just thrilled to death to have you around. So now I have your number. So
There you go.
just
There you
teasing.
go.
I'll wait until I see you out and about. I won't stalk you for my Santa ornament every year. But thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Folks, don't go anywhere. It's Down Home with Tina. I'm going to come back here in a minute. We're going to talk with Corey Schoonver from the Fairfield Area Humane Society and about gift giving with animals that a dog, a cat. And also, we're going to have some fun. We're going to play some games. And I got a little message about the gift at the end of the show. I'll be back in a minute.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
We were retiring from Tucson, Arizona, and we made a retirement trip out around Ohio, having decided that's where we wanted to be. And we came across this town called Lancaster, and we fell in love with the downtown area, where the fountain is, and the memorials, and the flags, and all this stuff. And we looked around, and I said, "There's our bank, right there."
there's something to be said about a community bank in your hometown.
Right. If you live in the community, you should do business in the community as much as possible. So it makes sense to bank with the community bank where you live.
Fairfield Federal is the bank to be at. If you live in this town, or any town actually, you want to bank at a local home bank. And the employees are happy here, they're conversant, customer service is through the roof. There's nothing more you could ask for.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. And I love to give gifts. The show today is called Gift. And I just have to tell you about my gift of a mug to Corey. It ended up in the refrigerator with bacon grease in it. But I have to tell you what, as long as your gift becomes of use, and I like bacon, so if it's with bacon grease, it is what it is, as long as you're going to enjoy your bacon grease. But the funny thing is you said you opened your refrigerator and there was my face and I scared you. And then before we came on, you're like, is this a happy show? I said, of course it is. And now that I rethink that, and I just said that out loud, no, I'm teasing.
I was just...
You weren't afraid it didn't like startle you. You were just kind of like, whoa, why is that? Why is Tina in my fridge?
Well, then I told the story and I thought, is she going to be offended that I'm storing bacon grease in her mug? But
absolutely
like
not.
You said,
useful.
As long as I'm using it and it's useful.
Yes, yes.
I just wasn't expecting to see you in the fridge one morning when I...
And it had bacon grease in it.
Yeah, like you're making your coffee, I'm going to get the creamer out, and I'm like, well, why is Tina in the fridge?
You know what? As long as you're using it,
You
know what I mean? And it's a great mug then for grease, but sometimes you do have issues of where you're going to put a hot grease.
Unfortunately, I need a tumbler. Like if I'm going to use your mug for coffee, mine are like big coffees, so
okay,
you want to put your face on a tumbler.
I got to work on, and you use
I'll
it for a
carry it
drink, is what
around
you're
more
saying.
often,
yeah,
yeah.
No, I'm
That's
not. I think it's great. I think it's funny.
Okay.
I really think it is fun. So
All right.
it's being
Fantastic.
put to use, right?
I don't feel bad then.
Yes. Some people use them, I'm sure, for pens or pencils. Whatever. But we are talking about gift giving today. So, Corey, I just wanted you to come on and just chat a little bit about the importance of folks who want to purchase a pet. It doesn't matter what pet. I'm saying, like, even guinea pigs or, the pets at any kind of pet. And also, of course, from the Humane Society, because you guys are out in there to make sure that these pets find forever homes.
Right.
And I'm sure anybody that goes to get a pet are intending on keeping it forever, but they don't. And why, if you gift it, is it a really bad, probably not a good idea?
Yeah, we've talked about this a lot over the years, and I'm not opposed or naive to the idea that cats and kittens and puppies are given as gifts, but
A surprise gift.
yeah,
gift
the
especially.
surprise gift is somewhat concerning to me in terms of if it's a surprise gift for someone not in your household, which we're pretty well a hard no on, because those are the gifts that keep on giving that some people don't want.
Because they can be also become expensive as well.
Right. So you have that cost factor. You have that, if it's a puppy or a kitten, you have that 15-year commitment. And then, you really, there's a lot that has to go into it. So even when we have, we always post cute puppies and kittens on our Facebook page, everyone's always, I got to have that. But, we just want you to think through the process. What's that commitment look like further down the road when a puppy or a kitten becomes a dog and a cat? Is that commitment still there for you? So I would rather, someone really think about it and then think, yeah, you know what, I'm good.
Yeah.
Then.
And it is. It's. You may think it's a fabulous idea, but for example, you may have a dog that likes to swallow socks, toys, eat things up, tear up your rugs. you have to be prepared. Are you going to kennel train this dog? Are you going to have the dog in the kennel? Are you going to have somebody come over and take it out if you're gone all day long? And pay for that? You've got your vet bills. You have, trying to think of what else is there. You got to make sure every time you leave the house, and if you take it somewhere, because this is something where with even my small dog, any bag that has any kind of the handle on it, is that like a twine kind of handle? I don't know. Sure. Anyways, anything that can wrap around your dog, you got to think of things that, no, it's not a child. It is somewhat life-changing for some folks when it comes to, is it an active dog? It needs to run? Does it, you got somebody that is going to take the dog out once, twice, 3 times a day? There's a lot of things to consider. And if it's an elderly person, you're just thinking, oh, I want a security dog for them. Okay, are they stable enough to walk around the house? Can they take the dog out? Can they trip over this dog? Can they see around them? I mean, there are just so many different factors that you have to really consider when you want to do something that you think is for the good of the person, when there's a whole lot more to it.
Yeah, and I almost sound like I'm contradicting myself, but the holidays is also not a bad time to consider adding one because your kids may be home, you may be home on an extended weekend or vacation, and you have time to work on the important factors of training that pet, getting them on your schedule, and then it's, then those other things that you talked about might not even be an issue because you've kind of worked that out at the beginning. So we love extended holiday weekends or spring break or summertime, and even summertime, I prefer not, because your schedule's not the same in the summer.
Right.
So you might get a puppy at the beginning of the summer. You're home, or the kids are home for 2 months, and then all of a sudden they're not. So I think your lifestyle is even more important than when you're trying to make that decision.
What is the best thing to do with folks? Because you have all kinds of different breeds that come in when it comes to them picking out a dog at the Humane Society. Again, your lifestyle versus, the breed can help. There's plenty of situations where we might not know the breed, but even size, if it comes down to size, or it comes down to, active, not active, all those things kind of fit into that. Do you live in a house? Do you live in an apartment? Do you have a fenced-in yard? Do you not? We don't rule anybody out on any of those specific things, but we could rule a dog out on some of those things, like, hey, it's not going to work well in your situation. Real quick, is there any place that you would recommend for folks to go to look to get true blue facts on what a breed is about? Well, no. I mean, okay, really. Just because it's on the internet, it must be true. Situation doesn't work out. But breeds vary within that breed. So not all labs are the lab that you think over they show on TV. So I think it's important. You look, in our situation, you look what we have. You decide, I'd like to come visit that one, and then make that decision based on that specific dog. You can have some ideas in mind, but a lab's a great example. You got crazy lab, you got couch lab, and then everything in between. So it's important to make your decision based on the particular dog. Perfect. Fairhumane.org is the website. Fairfield Area Humane Society for the Facebook page. Yep. Anything else? I love your hair. He's just trying to be nice because
you're supposed
my
to say
mug
you love
is
my
in
hair.
I love your hair.
Thank you.
Looks so good anywhere. I'll be right back. Down home with Tina.
Life is unpredictable. That's why estate planning is important. Estate planning provides you comfort and peace of mind knowing that you're taking care of your loved ones and ensuring your legacy lives on just as you envisioned. You lived a life that is beautifully and uniquely yours. You deserve an estate planning attorney who understands that and creates a plan as unique as you and in the best interest of your loved ones. You deserve the local, trusted, experienced attorneys at Dagger Law.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our 2 locations 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster, and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have got a Christmas game here and another one after this that we're just going to roll right into it. Christmas time is the time to get together with family and friends, and I made up this game. I'm sure other folks could easily make up this game, but what we're going to do is I have given this list of the Christmas movies because sometimes people don't know the movies that well, or maybe the quote that I share you may not get and you have to look at them. So it kind of helps out those who may not be really familiar with a lot of different Christmas movies. So I'm going to give it out, and then I guess you're just going to shout it out, or do you just want me to start with one or the other? I'll start with Corey. And you only have like really quick seconds to do. That's what Christmas memories are made from. They're not planned. They're not scheduled. Nobody puts them in their BlackBerry. They just happen.
Well, I know it's not Miracle on 34th Street because they didn't have that kind of technology.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just move to the next one. Okay.
BlackBerry threw me off.
Yes, I do. I like Christmas. I love Christmas. Oh, now this one's a classic. Okay.
Are you serious?
So it's a classic. That helps.
These are all classics.
The same movie, I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year.
It's a Wonderful Life?
Nope.
Oof. Miracle on 34th Street.
A Christmas Carol. Now, one of you are going to get it. Whoever gets it first, just shout it out. I never thought it was such a bad little tree. It's not bad all
that's
all
Charlie
really.
Brown Christmas.
Maybe it's yes.
I love
now,
that
here's
tree.
one. Here's one Corey might get. And we're going to have the happiest Christmas. Wait a minute. And we're going to have the happiest Christmas.
Is that Elf?
No.
Man.
Christmas Vacation. He was unhappy.
Oh,
and it was
that's
be
the
happy.
quote you picked from that movie?
Well, you know.
Okay, so...
You have such a pretty face. You should be on a Christmas card.
It's a Wonderful Life.
That's Elf.
Yay! Corey got one.
Yeah.
Yay.
I
Okay,
got
what
one,
about
didn't
this
I?
one?
It's 1 to 1.
No, I know, but that's what I mean. Yeah, you each have to get one. Just remember, the true spirit of Christmas lies in your heart.
Ugh.
It also has to do with something with a ticket.
Oh, the Polar Express.
Good job.
Aha.
What
See?
about this one? You'll get this one. You'll shoot your eye out, kid.
Oh, come on.
yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah, that's, yep.
It's in the middle
Christmas,
of the page.
yeah. Where'd it go? Christmas Story.
Above
there it is.
Home Alone 2.
Yay, good job.
Yay.
Okay, we're done with that game.
I'm
gonna
sitting
move
here
on.
waiting for
That one
quotes
is-
from Home Alone 2. I've watched it 4 times in the last week.
Oh.
I got nothing. All right. I was terrible at that.
So was I.
Well, that's why the list helps.
The list
sometimes.
helps.
Okay, now we're going to play the reindeer antler game. Guys,
Okay.
go get a pair of pantyhose, and you just have somebody put it on the head. You blow up balloons, and then you guys have to stuff. And how much time do we have? Because we're going to have to. Okay, we're going to get ready to play the game.
Okay, here.
And we've
Let's
got producer Josh. who is
get
good-
two bits of ammo.
No, you don't get ammo.
No pre-ammo?
No, that's cheating.
Fine.
Is that how you played it? Because she introduced me to this game, you guys.
Do we have a
Karla and
particular
Corey.
color?
You're just going to have to do it.
Or
Ready?
we have to keep
We
count?
ready?
And
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Where do you stuff them? It's down the hole here, down the leg.
Oh, you better hurry. I guess I could sit up.
This is like a process.
This would be good for Corey's family to play, because I think it's would be like.
Someone would punch someone in the head, and then it would be a thing, and then...
It's painful.
Corey's going to end up probably winning for us. She has played this before.
I am.
So it was rigged?
No, it wasn't rigged. She's the one that told me about the game.
Oh, jeez. Well, that was not supposed to happen.
Okay, ready? Oh, well,
And done. Fine.
Corey actually finished first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What'd you get?
I got 2, 4. Well, 6 only because I broke one. Technically, you win.
Good job, Corey.
I know how. Start with the smaller ones.
Anyways, you guys, if you have Christmas and you want some games, there's just a couple of games, and you can be as creative as you want. You can either do it with the movies that I did or Christmas carols. That's a fun one too. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back. I have a little special message for you for this week's The Gift and Christmas show on Down Home with Tina.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Down Home with Tina is brought to you by these wonderful sponsors. You can view Down Home with Tina on social media, Down Home with Tina, Facebook page, YouTube, CLN Your Hometown Connection, and you can also watch it on Spectrum 1021. It just airs throughout the week, every day, a few different times. I hope you get to catch it and just share with friends and family about the show. I try to just bring positivity to you all, and I have a little letter. Sometimes I'll sit down and I'll write things out, and I thought, oh, I want to talk about the gift the week for my Christmas show, and that's why I also named it. Had Joe Hoover at the beginning, and he's always given out gifts. And so here is what I came up with. The gift. What does it mean to you when you receive a gift? I'm referring to receiving a gift, any gift in general. Now, it also depends on what the gift is. So yes, I understand that sometimes that matters. For example, what I mean is you receive a picture on plain white paper with pencil drawn stick figures of the entire family written under each figure, letters of different size and not side by side, the name of someone who it may be, mom, dad, or sister. Typically, this is given to you by a young child. Now, a parent may consider this gift as a forever priceless prized possession. If it was given to a 7-year-old sibling of the other who had written this or drawn this, she or he may probably not think that it's so special. Now, as far as bigger, more expensive gifts like cars or jewelry, etc., these gifts may be of more value to someone else. The next question I have is, how do you take care of these said gifts? Do you take care of the picture of the family stick figure with special care because its capability of becoming torn throughout the years? Do you care for it better than the brand new car? What is the difference? Many of you would say there is a huge difference. It's like one doesn't even compare to the other, or they have similar value to different folks. Where I'm going with this example is of the different types of gifts and the care for them is leading up to the greatest and most precious gift of all. This Christmas, so many of us celebrate a most fabulous and miraculous gift, the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. We prepare for the holiday by putting out our nativity sets. We put up our tree, we adorn our trees with homemade ornaments either given to us or by others or made by our children or grandchildren. Others will adorn their trees with ornaments collected throughout the years. You get together with family and friends and you celebrate this gift. Now, as I'm writing this, something comes to mind. A couple of days ago, I'm sitting at a coffee shop with a friend of mine, and I look over and here's a man sitting there with in front of him his cup of coffee and a picture of probably his loved one who's no longer with us. And it was heartbreaking. But folks, what I'm going with all of this is I just want you to make the memories and the best memories, because I want you to remind yourself of the most precious, miraculous gift of all. It is you. I want you to take care of you. I want you to enjoy yourself and don't worry about the small stuff. Make memories and have a blast, because we never know what tomorrow will bring. I wish you a Merry Christmas and just keep on giving the best of you. It's Down Home with Tina.